This is the continuation of an episode. If you want to get caught up, click the playlist annotation at the top of the video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any episodes. So I'm going to stop talking right now and leave it to you characters to work out what you want to do and role play what you're doing in this room as well.
We should probably plan, but first, can I check to see if they have like a mini fridge with like a bar?
Mm-hmm. They do have a mini fridge with a bar. It is right here. And along this wall...
that they charge you though? Like you like leave the hotel and like you have like an extra $50 charge because you're trying to get everything.
Yeah, 50 gold coins. Huh? I don't know. You're gonna might have to call Mr. Bun Bun and ask him with the little bell.
Is there anything particularly good inside, or?
Oh, is there anything good inside, girl? We're at WizCon.
Oh man.
Are there like jelly beans of different flavors?
Yes.
Jelly beans.
And also, you guys notice that the fridge, the first time that you open it, when you first open it, it's empty. And as, you know, like, Samel, you're over at the fridge, you know, and you open it, and then whatever it is that you're thinking about, food-wise, or snack-wise, or drink-wise,
so we have a fridge full of beer now, is what you're saying.
Yeah. But if Trinket...
And end up a flow sauce.
if Trinket opens the fridge, if Trinket goes over and opens the fridge, it'll be empty for a minute, and then whatever she's thinking about.
Oh my god, it's a wedding cake! I think Trinket wants to take the champagne from the magical fridge, and she wants to like shower herself, because she got real messed up while she was getting like choked outside, and now she's got this new bodice, so she wants to like do the preparation move and like go take a shower, drink while she's in there. Like,
so there's a you guys see this room right here? That's a bathroom. And it's in this bathtub, by the way. So this bathtub this bathroom, it's nice. You can tell it's not like the highest quality. It's like you can tell that this floor is for the people who work here, like in the band and the stuff. You know, it's just nice stuff, but if you went to the floor where like Splendiferous is, it might be better. But it's a nice bathtub. It's made of it's made of it's porcelain. It's big. You can easily put like Trinket and Samel and Cordiana in there, and then like Cassia could sit on the side and soak her feet in there, like if you wanted to. You know, there's a shower in there. There's a nice little wooden bench.
Is there a hot tub?
No, unfortunately there isn't. Not,
we need
not
to
on
upgrade
this
our
floor.
room.
Well, this con is a sham then if it's not even a hot tub.
Yeah. The whole point of getting
You guys
a
listen
hotel.
to
This is
this?
supposed to be the place to be. Jeez.
Do you guys?
This place has a pool we could go skinny dipping in later.
Oh shit, they did have a pool, but is it one of those pools that like it hooks up to a hot tub, so you can like switch between like the cold pool and the hot tub? You can be in the hot tub, you're like, you know, I'm a little warm. You jump in the pool, you're like, oh man, I'm cold. So you go back in the hot tub. Those are the best. We need to go to that if they have it.
I just felt such a well of love come up for you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. I swear. I said it on camera. I don't care. I'm not ashamed. I love you guys.
Yeah. And Raven just peeked in at me. He was just like staring. He was just like close the door. And I was just like,
So, and by the way, so Trinket goes over. She's like checking out the bathroom. And you can go, you can hear the sounds outside. Let's say that there's windows in these, if there are windows, like kind of medieval castle type windows. So you guys can hear outside the window of the bathroom that there's, splashing and sounds of people playing around a pool and whatnot. You can go over to this balcony if you want to, and I'll tell you all the other things that are there.
I'm gonna grab a beer first and head over there.
Okay, I love it. I'm gonna grab my beer.
I'm taking a full
sitting on the bed with Ember, and I'm just gonna be praying to my God for guidance.
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
That's what Cassia's gonna do. She's gonna sit down on one of the beds and take her legs off to rest for a minute.
Okay. So, Samel, what you see, like I said, like it's just like a 1954 hotel patio. you know, and I mean like everything's kind of mid-century furniture and stuff, you know. There's a bunch of there's like a bunch of mermaids hanging out in the pool, drinking like drinks with umbrellas in them, and you happen to see Splendiferous Awesome walking around the pool, walking by the pool, wearing a gold.
To him.
He cannot hear you over all the noise. It's a big pool. But if you wait a little bit and try again, he may be able to hear you. But he is wearing a gold lame, 2-piece bathing suit.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he hasn't got like boobs, he's got like a little nice top bathing suit, like a tube top. And he's wearing some different platform boots. His hair is gorgeous. And audience, let me show you Splendiferous Awesome. He's on a different page here. If I have him, what page did I put Splendiferous on? Not that page. I don't know. He's somewhere in here. But anyway, I'll put him back on the screen. I can't find him right now. Oh wait, I know where he is. I think. Aha, famous last words. La 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 la.
I'm
Nope,
singing
okay.
in the bathtub. I just want your extra time and care.
You guys can actually just barely hear you two in the room. You can hear Trinket belting away in the bathtub. Trinket,
I'm
By the
like
way-
paddling laps, right, in this huge bathtub.
yes, it's huge. And if you want to, Trinket, there's a bell by the bathtub, so you can call for someone to come and give you something if you want. And by the way, you guys, so let me show the audience Splendiferous again, so you guys can see who we're talking about. This, dear audience, is Splendiferous Awesome. And he is Studley McMuffin extraordinaire.
Ooh.
Extremely handsome wizard. And he has, his hair is now braided in all these different braids. Like it's like a cornrow action going on, Darian. And his muscles are gorgeous. His eyes are shining. He's talking to the mermaids a little bit and just saying things like, "Oh, you're so silly. Oh, goodness, girls, stop." And he's just walking around schmoozing and that kind of stuff. So that's, and you also smell a hot tub in the corner.
Yes. Now, like,
And
the position of my balcony, if I were to try to jump from the balcony into the pool, would I just die? Or would
that's a good
is there
question.
any way it would work? I mean, granted, I'm only on my first beer, so it's probably not going to happen right now, but later in the night, hypothetically, I drink all the beer in the fridge. And I try to jump.
I think I'm
die.
definitely gonna say that with a little bit of help, we may have to rig something up, like. But yeah, you can do it. We can work it out.
Later. Not right now, but later this might be.
It's good to have options.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely work something out. You notice, Samel, that on the side over here is a vine, thing that goes up the you have flowers that are going up the wall that you could kind of climb down, like a portcullis, I think it's called, or something. But anyway, no, that's not the word I'm looking for.
A portico.
But anyway,
Trellis.
yeah, like a trellis. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. But yeah, it's there's a trellis that you could kind of climb down, and so what I'm seeing here is that you could climb onto this trellis, Smell, and then you could kind of like dive bomb the pool, which starts. I'll draw where the pool is, where it starts at least. This is the important things. Now, if you guys want to know, audience, how to GM, these are the important things that you have to know. You have to know where the pool is. So over here, that's the hot tub. Right there. And the pool goes on this way, like this. So this is like all water and stuff like that.
So that's the
So
goal
you
right
could
there.
climb down here, right? And then dive into the corner of this pool, right? Yeah, hot tub.
Can everyone
Na
hear
na na
me?
na na na.
Can
Hot
everyone hear me
tub.
singing in the pool area from the windows?
Some people can, particularly the people that are in the hot tub. And over here, by the way, there's like a bunch of like beach chairs right here, and there are different people sunning themselves and stuff like that. And there are more of those Cupid babies, and you can just hear one of the Cupid babies offering a very, 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 very large woman who's barely able to keep her flesh on this chair here that she's on. And he's like, "What do you want, lady? This is like your third Mai Tai today."
Only 3.
Yeah, it's only 4:00 in the afternoon. And I'm gonna get some appropriate poolside music going. And Trinket, do you ring the bell?
I definitely ring this bell. So I'm like swimming laps. My first drink is empty. I'm probably like scream crying Celine Dion. It's all coming back to me now. So I'm like, I'm out of liquor. And I ring the little bell for is it Mr. Bun Bun?
You can just ring the bell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding.
And all of a sudden, a voice, as if it's coming from all around you. It's coming from everywhere. Says, "May I help you, darling?"
Hi.
Hello.
I'm running a little low on my wedding champagne, and I have 3 more choruses to go. So can I get a refill?
She says, "Absolutely. I will send up a servant right away." And you hear her go, "Alphonse! Floor number, the bathroom on the 3rd floor needs assistance." He says, and you hear someone in the background go, "Yes, madam." And she says, "Someone will be right with you." And then you hear a click, like the phone hang up.
Thank you, cloud in the sky. Weird.
There's no response.
Okay.
So I'm just listening for some music, so hold on, you guys, or talk amongst yourselves, or chat amongst yourselves while I find some appropriate poolside music.
That's you. That's you.
I should join her in the bathtub and like play some acoustic guitars and just have some jams right now, man.
Yeah, totally.
Alright, so that's what we're doing. We're having sweet bathroom jams.
And it's
Okay.
like there's bubbles in the bathtub that they smell like wedding cake. That's the whole thing. And they're like really dense. Like some of them are the big glowy bubbles. Some of them are like just like the foam stuff. So there's like this myriad of pink and turquoise and purple bubbles. And now we're just like jamming out with your guitar.
Yeah.
And it's, yeah, oh, by the way, also by the bathtub, you guys, Maggie and Darian, your characters see all these different shelves of different color, like powders and liquids, and none of them are labeled. And so all you have to do is, just open them and see what they do. You can pour them into the water or whatever
Well, I mean,
you want to do.
I feel like
And
our
you
performance
notice-
needs some like jazzy aspects to it. So why don't we just spray some powder and liquid and just make it a full show?
Oh, that one. So Trinket grabs this huge bottle that actually looks like a seashell, and inside there's like a pearlescent white liquid that's kind of flowing on its own. And she like rips the cap off and goes wee and dumps it in the water.
What appears are bubbles, and inside of each bubble is a canary, and they float up like this, and they float away. And Cordiana and Cassia, you hear just very through the walls, just barely, because these are pretty thick, castle walls, but you can just barely hear, the girls laughing in the other room. And also at this point, a wizard wearing a plastic bath cap with a brush over his shoulder and a huge terry cloth robe comes padding down the hallway from here. And he comes over to the door here, and he bangs on the door, and he's like, hey, I need to use the bathtub.
I take more of that stuff and I dump it in the bathtub. So there's the roar of the canaries chirping is so loud we can no longer hear this guy knocking on the door.
And then so he mutters, which you guys can't hear, but he mutters, and then he's like, oh, fucking wizards. Oh, wait, I'm a wizard. He's like, dang it. And then he goes off, pads back to his room muttering. And yeah, so there's like a cacophony going on in the bathtub, you know. Samel's in there. She's having a great time. Trinket's having a great time. And also at this point, you can't hear the knock on the door, but a large, very large, like he looks almost like Frankenstein size man who looks like he was carved out of a block of wood. Maybe he was. He has he even has wood grain in his skin, you know. And he comes in, he's wearing a complete tuxedo. He has white gloves on. He opens the door just a touch and he says, "May I enter? You requested service?"
Yeah. I'm out of champagne and not canaries.
Okay. And he looks around at all the canaries and his wooden face makes no movement at all, really. He just is like, this is an average, ordinary day for him at WizCon. And he says, "You wish more champagne." And then he goes like this with his hand. Another tray appears. He goes, whoof, and more champagne appears and he places it gently in front of you. He's very polite and gentlemanly. And he says, "More champagne, madam," and he doesn't look at you. His eyes are averted so as not to see you guys' feminine parts.
Cheers! Thanks so much, dude.
He
can we
says,
just order anything from him?
Yeah. This is WizCon, girl.
Can I get
I have
donuts?
to say, yeah.
I just want a plate of donuts and just a bottle of like any liquor you got. Like that's all. That's all I'm trying to get right now.
Okay,
But can they
so
have strawberry donuts?
he says we have Fire Emblem wine. Would you like some of that? It's extremely intoxicating, and he really emphasizes
That's
the word
the name of the
toxic.
game. I'll take that.
Okay, so he whips up some fire wine, and it's on this. When he holds the bottle, his hand, his woodenish type of hand, starts to smoke a little bit, and he puts it down, but he shows no signs of pain, and he puts it down in front of you with two glasses, and then he says, "Would you like donuts with or without filling?"
Both.
Okay, and he goes like this, and a plate of crispy, delicious donuts appears in front of you. And then he says, I have other duties to attend to, madams, but should you need me any more, then just call me. My name is Carruthers.
Thanks, Carruthers.
Yeah, thanks, Carruthers. It's awesome.
And he says, excellent. It is only my duty. And then he woodenly stomps sort of out of the door, you know, and gently closes the door behind him. Cassia and Cordiana, I don't want you guys to feel left out of this party. What's going on?
Like a party pooper here, because it's just kind of like praying to the gods, you know.
But either one of you guys may want to, and I'm going to actually do some whispering at this point, so you guys can just sort of, like I said, continue to role play among yourself. I see over here that some role play's been going on. And I will read that to the audience in just a moment. Don't mute me. Stupid Google. So I promised myself that I would try to stop cursing during Crafts and Conquest, and I already messed up.
You fucked up.
I know, I totally fucked up. Because my channel is so clean, and it usually is most of the time. But I can't help it.
That's what that wizard would have said.
Cassia rubs her knees. Awesome. So Cassia is reciting prayers in her head, and she's sort of rubbing where her legs are. She's thinking about the singing that she hears. Cordiana is also deep in prayer. And Cassia settles back onto the bed, pulling at her white hair slightly, reassured that at least someone else in the group is diligent as well. It's less scary that way. That's a good point. Are you
She's
guys
having
doing
a hard time coping.
Why is that?
She's from a really small village up in the mountains where they just kind of have their one mountain god that she serves. And now she's thrown into this giant WizCon, and she thought she could totally handle this job, but seeing everybody so decadent when she lives the life of a paladin who's so disciplined is really throwing her off.
I was typing something and stopped typing. There you go. But without the space in it. You understand? Candace is asking me how to whisper. Yeah,
She
without the
might
space.
actually have to let her hair down. That's why she's scared.
Got it. Oh, I'm sorry. I take that back. I'm sorry, Candace, I'm screwing up.
All
/W space GM. Because it'll probably tell you need somebody to whisper to. So you're whispering to the GM.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, there's another way to do it, Candace. If you click on your token.
I got it.
Okay, you did. And then when you click on your token, it says GM Whisper is the last icon there on the second row. Click that and type in the box too, and that works. Yeah, those both worked. Okay, so anyway, Siri is telling us about Cassia. Sorry to interrupt you, Siri.
Oh, no, you're fine.
And Cordiana, why isn't your character part of the festivities? What is your character thinking? What's going through her head?
Well, Cordiana's a bit of a loner, and she doesn't really do the big group thing. She spent all of her life sitting in the convent and the peace and the quiet of the animals. Plus, she just has this niggling feeling inside her that something is not right about this room, and she just wants to get to the bottom of it. And so
Exactly.
she's praying for guidance from her deity to see what she should do next.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to now at this point move time ahead till after dinner, till let's say about 8 p.m. It's about dusk now. And Trinket and Samel, I have no idea whether you're still in the tub or not. You can decide whether you are.
We probably got out for dinner and like ate with the girls.
Yeah, so you
I
guys
finished my bottle of wine already. I'm a headache.
By the way, Samel, I would like you, you can decide at this point how that wine affects you. By the way, the Fire Emblem wine is very, very strong.
Yeah, I'm
And
probably
literally-
trashed right now.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to have you take, on your, I'm going to pull up a card for you here. I want you to use, that'll, let me see. I want to, token, did I just give me a token? Did I just roll a token? No, I didn't. Pardon me while I figure out how to do my own thing here. What's your character's constitution? Like, it's your character's score?
Let me check.
Like 12 or 13 or 14?
It's 12.
Yeah. I'm gonna make you be... Can I put that on the table that way? No, I can't. How do I do this? I'm gonna roll it. Token... I'm forgetting how to roll. I mean, how to place a token. I'm totally having a brain fart here. Anyway, I'm going to give you the token for confused, and so that is a +1 on your, a -1 on your intelligence, and you can mark that on your PDF character file. There's a little checkbox underneath. There we go. Confused. Here it is. Oh, hey, it is on the screen there. I was missing it.
That's like real life, am I right, guys?
Yeah, so you now, this, by the way, not guides, what am I just talking about? Audience, this card that I've just pulled for her is courtesy of Mike Weem from theweem.com. Mike, if you're watching this, I think you're subscribed to my channel. But in any case, I hope you can see that I am using your cards, and I appreciate that very much. And so he's now for the next little while, Samel is going to be confused, meaning that she's taking a -1 to her wisdom rolls, and that will last until she role plays that she's getting clear, or until I determine that she's getting to be clear. And that's because she just drank most of a bottle of fire wine, which is actually brewed inside the mouth of a dragon. So,
So the good stuff, in other words.
yeah, the good stuff.
I think Trinket pumped her brakes. Like, she ate some good, like, starchy dinner. Like, she's fine. Like, she's not...
Okay, so Trinket's doing well.
Yeah.
So now, let's talk about, you guys have come back to your room after dinner, And Splendiferous had you right up next to him at the captain's table, so to speak, at his table. When you guys walked into the huge dining room, it was so amazing. It was kind of, in fact, it was kind of like Harry Potter's dining hall, in that he had a table up in front, and then there were a bunch of rows of tables, So the wizards were all sitting at tables, except that these tables were much nicer than the Harry Potter tables. They weren't benches that you sit on. They were wonderfully velvet chairs. I mean, these wizards go all out. You guys are stuffed with food. When you arrive back in your room, there is a note on the bed.
Which bed?
Doesn't matter. Any bed. It doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, I see it doesn't really matter. It's not for a particular person. So I take that back. There's a note on the night table here.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stumble for it because it's good. I'm just gonna
do it because I don't
feel
trust
like. Well, I think it fell, but it's somewhere.
Oh, I got it. It's right here in my face now.
Uh,
If you dropped it, it's probably.
I just kind of pick it up from the drunk people and just kind of turn my back to them and read it.
That's very wise.
Being the sober mom of the group.
Exactly. Cordiana, you open the note and it says, and we'll leave it there for this episode.
No! I hate spoilers. I didn't do anticipation very well.
We'll leave it there. We'll come back in the next episode. We're going to take a quick break here. I'm going to whip up a pretty little note for them, and then we're going to move the story along. This episode was basically all about partying. But with, just a note on the roleplay audience, you might be thinking, well, they haven't really done anything yet, or, no action has happened. But to me, roleplay is about, we now know so much more about these characters. Plus, heck, it's just fun to roleplay that you're in a bathroom with a bunch of canaries and bath bubbles. That's fun. But we are going to have some action in the next episode, I think, because hopefully the ladies are going to go ahead and find out what's going on with Mr. Awesome. But we will continue on. I want to thank you so much for watching as usual. If you enjoyed what you saw, please hit that like button below. And if you loved what you saw, join the party, the ever-growing party, and subscribe. I'll see you back here in the world that we have created at WizCon. Hashtag WizCon 2014.
Hashtag.
In the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Commenting with Google Plus sucks. But commenting with Reddit is awesome. So head on over to Reddit and leave a comment on this video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.